Why, hello, YouTube! Greetings from the LazyEyebrowReviewer. If you recall from my Masterpiece Optimus Prime review, I said, a mystery surprise figure perhaps coming soon? Well, that picture was not a Sideswipe. That picture was, in fact, Lego with an Autobot sticker. Why did I do this, you may ask? Not really sure. I really had no intention of getting MP12, but, well, I did anyway, as well as Nightmare for Annihilator, and, well, here we are. Just as Faceless Joe mentioned previously, this is the video review of Takara Tomy Masterpiece Lambor MP12. This is also my first Japanese masterpiece, as the other two I have are the American Hasbro releases, and for good reason. They're about half the cost, but always a year later, I find. Anyway, being that he's a Japanese masterpiece, you get a pretty snazzy looking box. And I like this box. Makes it look like you just bought a collector's item, and not an American kid's toy. Although as far as Masterpiece boxes go, this one is pretty small. Here's a deluxe seeker as a bit of a size comparison as to how small this box really is. Another cool thing about Lambor is that he's a fully licensed Lamborghini product, as he transforms into an actual Lamborghini Countach LP500. I find that kind of funny about this guy though. He's a Lamborghini, and his name is Lambor. That would be like the Japanese for Bumblebee being Volks, or Wheeljack Lance, or Prowl Datsun, or, well, you get the picture. On the back we see a lot of Japanese text and a few pictures of the figure, some of which feature his playability if you bought the $300 MP10, or in my case, the 1/3 the cost American counterpart. So let's open this guy up and see what goodies lay inside. First off, we get a plastic envelope filled with 3 sheets of paper. The first one is a Japanese advertisement to go onto takaratomy.com for more products, and that was about all I could read. The second is an MP12 trading card complete with tech specs. I don't really know what the numbers here are representing, but I don't really care at the same time. In fact, tech specs in general I could care less about. Seriously, do you love this figure any less if you found out Jazz is a 7 rank where Sideswipe only a 5? Oh, but it's okay because he makes up for it in speed. It's a figure. You pose them, play with them, love them, but not really interview them. But I digress. Finally, inside is also an instruction sheet, which also highlights all the features that this figure has. Interesting to note, though, is that all the accessories have screenshots of G1 episodes in which the particular accessory first appeared, which I find pretty dang nifty. So let's open up the bubble plastic and see what goodies we have inside, starting with the meat of the review, and that would be Sideswipe himself. Before I start, however, I will mention that I've already applied a Reprolabels add-on kit to this figure, and I'll point out where the changes are as we go. So here we go. So here's Sideswipe out of his package, and wow! This is an excellent rendition of the old 80s Italian sports car that everyone has come to know and love. And the upgrade set has given MP12 a more G1 look to boot. Included in the set are the rally racing logos under the headlights, extra grille detailing, and extra fog lighting, all of which brings out so much more to the figure that I feel is definitely needed. Takara has definitely captured an accurate look to the Countach with the air scoops on the sides, the lines where the doors would be, the double windows. This is such a cool figure, I have to say. My only complaint with this figure at this point would be the paint on the roof. It appears that the roof is black, but painted red, whereas the doors were cast in red and then painted over top. Thus, you get 2 slightly different shades of red, but in my opinion, no big deal. Even the back of the car is completely accurate. I really do love this figure. Stickers on this section include reverse lights that say Countach on them, and amber signal lighting, as these lights used to be red, and that looked kinda silly. A license plate has been added to the back, and the tailpipes are my addition. Using silver hobby paint, I've made them stand out as opposed to that black that they were before. One nitpick I have for the back of the car is how far the rear sticks out underneath, but I can forgive it because of what it becomes later, so oh well. All in all, I love this car mode. It's extremely well done, and I can't wait for more masterpieces to come out if they're going to follow this standard of accuracy to actual vehicles of the time. And with MP17, 18, and 19 coming out, they are certainly keeping to it. As for a scale comparison, MP10 comes with a little tiny spike. Well, him standing next to Sideswipe, kinda seems out of scale to me. Unless they were aiming for Spike to be like 4'10" or something. I don't know. I think it might be more in scale if Spike was this tall, but that's just me. As far as other comparisons go, here he is next to Classic Sunstreaker, which really is just a repaint of Classic Sideswipe, and honestly it doesn't look that far off in size. Like MP12 is definitely visibly bigger, but only slightly bigger than a deluxe figure. Like he's more or less Voyager size as shown here at Classics Prime. But a car the same size as a truck? Classics Prime fits more in scale with Classics Sunstreaker for obvious reasons. But you really want to see if he's in scale with MP10, don't you? Well, here's MP10. And let's bring back Sideswipe. Well, as far as modern day vehicles go, I'd say they're more or less in scale with each other. Another feature that the box and promotional pictures can't seem to stop shoving in our face is his compatibility with his trailer, which, yep, he sure does fit inside, just like a champ. On to vehicle accessories. This is his missile launcher, with stickers. Combined also with the flare gun on the right side of the launcher, this gun combo can plug into a little square hole in the top of the car, but personally I find this to look rather ridiculous, so off it comes. On to transformation. First, flip the wheels down, Back to the Future style. Fun fact, originally a Lamborghini Countach was planned for Back to the Future, but was opted out for a more affordable DeLorean. Pull out the arms slightly, rotate the front of the car down, rotate the arms up, detach the roof, rotate the air scoops, open the spoiler, rotate the rear fenders, pull out the legs, open the heels and feet, rotate the tail lights up and position the fenders, open these flaps in the chassis, then flip them down, click the tail lights into place, close the spoiler, flip down the waist plate, rotate back the spine, plug the hood into the waist, straighten and rotate the arms, open the door, rotate the hands and close the panel, close the cranium, and finally flip the windows into the roof and you're done. I must say, quite the complex transformation, but quite satisfying as well. Stickers featured here add detail to his kneecaps, extra detailing on the waist, and shiny arms. There was an option to cover over his Autobot logo and replace the logo of your choice and size, but I liked how it was, so I left it alone. On to articulation. The head is on a limited ball joint. It can look left and right freely, but up and down is kind of hindered. Shoulders can rotate and move out. Arms are double jointed for transformation, but still stuck at 90 degrees. Bicep swivel. Now here's what really gets me. You can see the joint on the front of the forearm, and you can see the joint on the back of the bicep. Now, why they wouldn't keep the joint going is beyond me. I don't really understand why a small aesthetic choice outweighs a big functionality choice. You could easily get these figures double jointed. Oh well. Hands open, but the first finger isn't even articulated, which, considering the price, I'm kinda bugged by. Even when the American release comes out, it'll probably be more expensive than an Alternators figure. And they at least had the first finger independent. Waist swivel. Usual leg articulation, however this one isn't hindered by the plate on the waist as it can move out of the way. 90-degree knee bend, and rotating ankle. Not bad for articulation. Better than most figures I buy, but I still would have liked to see a little more. Now let's talk accessories. First we had the missile launcher. This can plug into either shoulder, but G1 accuracy places it on the left shoulder. Next is the flare gun. This is accurately styled off his cartoon appearance, and I quite like it. The sticker edition also makes it pretty amazing, and like MP10, this slots into his palm for extra grip. And with his missile launcher in hand, it looks pretty sweet. Finally is a more obscure accessory, Piledrivers. To install them, retract the hands and plug them into his arms. And well, they don't look bad on him at all, but you really don't want to be in him in a fighting ring, let's just say that. Again, it's another obscure accessory that Takara and Hasbro decided to throw in that only appears in one episode. That episode being episode 8, SOS Dinobots, when they found out about the fossils. In which case, Braun calls them pistons. But who could forget this little clip?
Get ready to crumble for rumble.
We'll get ready to ride. Whatever! Die! So as far as size comparison goes, here's a deluxe Seeker. But he's taller than Thundercracker, so let's change that. Here's the Masterpiece Edition, and he's just about over half the size. Compared to Voyager Classics Prime, he's the exact same height, but not so with MP10, in which he is half the height. I find that these figures scale pretty well with each other in the Masterpiece line. Not so much for Classics line, but that's two different lines, and that's obvious reasons. And here he is with his brother's Deluxe Sunstreaker. So you can see that MP12, as far as size goes, is slightly bigger than a Deluxe, and about the same size as an average Voyager class figure. So overall, is he worth the money? Well, he was for me, but probably not for all. If I were anybody else, I'd wait until this sees a North American release, unless you prefer Takara's products. All in all, though, this is a pretty sweet figure, as far as the Masterpiece line goes. It really captures both the Italian sports car we've all come to know, love, and want, and the look of the G1 figure. If you do end up picking this figure up, get the Reprolabels set. I highly recommend it. It's only $12, and it totally spruces up Sideswipe where he needs it. Anyway, this has been the LazyEyebrowReviewer, who never breaks the rules of animation, just bends them. A lot.